Right, we're back tonight here on In Focus. Let's look at this now. The Ekurhuleni multi-party coalition government says despite its disappointment over ActionSA's withdrawal from the coalition, it welcomes the decision by the party to vote with it in council. ActionSA announced that it will no longer form part of the coalition, citing problems of service delivery. But this will not affect coalitions with the party in other municipalities. Newzroom Afrika's Mbali Thethani has more.
Coalition governments in South African municipalities remain challenging for many political parties to navigate. The latest incident involves ActionSA pulling out as a coalition partner in the DA-led Ekurhuleni metropolitan municipality, a decision that has come as a surprise to its former partners.
I think it's, from my perspective, I think there are other methods to do this. If one feels unhappy about certain things in terms of the coalition agreement, there are all kinds of structures and processes that can be followed to bring those things to the attention of the coalition technical committee, to bring those things to attention of the coalition oversight group, and it can be dealt with in that fashion. But be that as it may, ActionSA decided now to withdraw from the coalition as such and to take up the role as an opposition party in Ekurhuleni. That is their right. They, however, did indicate that they will continue to form a voting bloc with the multi-party minority coalition government, and they will assist in defeating motions of no confidence and to protect our government. So we welcome that.
ActionSA has based its latest move on neglected service delivery on the East Rand, especially where poor communities are concerned. But this is not the first time the party has flagged issues with its partners, the DA. In the city of Johannesburg, it accused the DA of not willing to listen to its coalition partners when it requested that the speaker should be selected from the IFP. In Tshwane, it demanded for the removal of Mayor Randall Williams over the controversy surrounding an unsolicited tender. So why is the party only withdrawing from one municipality?
Coalitions are themselves in South Africa quite fragile. You don't know what would happen in the future. And what has also characterized coalitions in South Africa, especially in the Mid-House, is that coalition partners would have their own expectations in them being part of a coalition. In some instances, they would make demands that the coalition leaders could not be able to meet, or they would make demands that are perceived to be unrealistic.
Other municipalities, they try to distance themselves from the DA by criticizing the DA, by saying the DA is not paying enough respect to opposition, other minority parties. The mayor of Tshwane ought to go because of various financial dealings, etc. And in that sense, it's not surprising that they aren't growing that much, because it's a mixed message. It's a mixed message which says, well, we have to be in an alliance with the DA, but we don't really want to be. So we keep on having one foot in one side of the aisle and the other foot in the other side of the aisle. And that's not very attractive to voters. Voters in the main prefer to choose parties which, have a clear position on where they're going.
While ActionSA parts ways with its former partners in Ekurhuleni, the party says its coalitions in other metros remain a challenge.
The status of the coalition, it remains a work in progress, quite frankly. It's an ongoing challenge that we need to meet in Johannesburg and Tshwane, which I think must be our focus now.
ActionSA is set to meet with the DA on a way forward in their coalitions. The party is adamant that it will continue to listen to its voters and won't work with the ANC. For Newzroom Afrika on Channel 405, I'm Mbali Thethani in Johannesburg.